Welcome everybody to Lee's Kitchen. I wanted first just to let you guys all know that we're going to be trying, and I'm going to do different recipes and everything and try to make up different meals and stuff. With meals, different recipes, plus the recipes that already has been coming to the show already. People have been generously really good about sending their recipes they want me to try out, put it live on the show. I'm definitely going to be working on that, getting that set up so I can do that. Plus I'm going to be also doing my favorite recipes as well. So once we get all the recipes, keep going with the recipes, you guys. Keep bringing me more and more recipes. I might not get them today or tomorrow type, deal, but we're definitely going to get to them. Or if it's something that's too complicated for me to make, I will let you know, say, hey, I might need a little help with this or whatever. But also as well, you guys can definitely, do your own little cooking show like what I'm doing here, showing everybody, all the all the details of everything that you're going to make. You definitely want to make sure you describe your ingredients, how much pepper, how much salt type deal. Just remember, do not show the product's name or the product that you're using. We definitely got to use like little dishes, but you can say what it is. So make sure you do that. Plus, as well, if you do, send it to our page on Real News Live, and we'll edit it, make it look really nice and clean and everything. And plus I put all your ingredients and put your recipe up and everything so that everybody can enjoy it. I hope you guys can enjoy these recipes. I really do. Try them out. Like the other day I did a cheeseburger pie. It seemed to be going pretty good. I've seen a few people already try the recipe and they really love it. Like I said, you can, you don't have to follow all my ingredients or anything. You can take the ingredients that you like. You can substitute it to whatever, because I know there's vegetarians out there. They don't do hamburger. Trying to think what. I think there's a vegetable meat now that's been coming out on the market and stuff. You could definitely try that out into it and everything. But definitely make sure, because I know the cost of prices are high and everything. I'm going to try to make simple meals and everything. I know I'm going to be doing a meatloaf recipe. Actually, I'm going to start from start to end on this, because I'm going to show everybody how I make a family meal. We're going to bake a cake, and while the cake is cooking, we're going to do mashed potatoes. You of course peel the potatoes and everything, get that set up, get the meatloaf set up, get it in the oven, because meatloaf usually takes a couple hours to cook in the oven. So, and you can, I guess you could do it in a crock pot too, but I'm going to do mine. I'm going to do mine in the oven. So we're going to have peas and carrots and everything, the whole 9 yards on that meal. Then I got another one lined up that I'm going to do is my tater tot hot dish. It's a real kicker for the kids and everything. The kids love it and everything like that. Definitely, it's going to be great. You're going to love it. Hopefully you love all the recipes that we have, all the recipes that we're going to put out and everything. Hopefully you can try them, see how you like them, and if it goes good, let us know. I mean, even if it's bad, if you're like, oh, I didn't really care for that, let us know. Maybe I can improve it. Or like the other day, we got suggestions like, well, once you throw this in there, or try it with this, you know what? That's a good idea. I'm gonna, next time I make it, I might even, I'll try the different suggestions that everybody's thrown at us. And I'll tell you what, it's been going pretty good so far, and I'm glad you guys are loving this. Of course, you'll find all this on Real News Live, on the Lee Lewis Show. It's actually the cooking show now. Of course, Lee Lewis is also there for the protests and all that other garbage, but this is happy stuff. And also, go check out our store, you guys. We'll put the link up here so you can see it. Real News Live shirts. I love this shirt. Plus, with 4th of July coming in, this is going to be excellent shirt to have. Patriotic and everything. You can even get it with my name or the American Eagle on it, or you can get it with the Real News Live. The hats, the coffee cups. Of course, I'm drinking my coffee in the Real News Live cup. Oops, gotta turn it so you can see it. So it's excellent. Oh yes. So definitely, you guys check out our store. Got all kinds of items. I ordered me an apron, so an apron will be coming, so I won't be wearing the colorful one. So definitely we'll get when that apron comes in, I'm definitely going to be wearing it. We're always going to try and improve. We always want to improve all this. Definitely get everything looking good. We want to bring you more stuff. We want to be able to bring you guys more things. So definitely, if you have any ideas, if you have anything that you want to see us to do, message the page. We'll definitely look into it and get it up there. But I just want to come in real quick. This is going to be I believe my introduction. I'm not sure, but it'll probably be canceled out here. But God bless you. Keep on watching. I'm going to have all kinds of stuff for you guys. Love yous. Bye. Well, welcome back to Lee's Kitchen. I think earlier I was telling you about today, what I like to do for you is make a full meal. I'm going to try this out. Hopefully it don't take too long because it will take a while. What we're having today is I'm going to make a cake. I'm going to cheat cake, but I'm going to show you a little different tricks maybe you not have known, or you might know about how to make pretty much box cake. I'm not making it from scratch. I'm going to cheat on this. It's a simple way. I'm going to show you a little bit of a different way I did with the ingredients. Only changed one thing of it, but it'll work out perfectly. Then we're going to make a meatloaf. So it's going to be a full meal that we're going to be baking and cooking and everything. So you get to see how I make a dinner for 3. Actually, my size of my boys is like a dinner for 4 or 5. But yes, so let's get started. I definitely want to appreciate you all joining in. This is the Lee's Cooking Show on Real News Live. And don't forget to check out our store. We've got items in the store that you can check out and everything that we have. And everything that you do buy and that we have will go to our donation fund, where we're going to be helping out hurricane victims and everything as well. Everything we do here is volunteer. So remember that, when you're coming into the show and stuff. If you can afford to, help us out. We will love it. Okay, got my apron on. In fact, I got my new apron coming in. He'll be here sometime this coming week. So this is a Sunday dinner, and we're going to start off with, like I said, we're going to start off by baking a cake. So of course, I like to, well, first we got to preheat our oven. If not, things take longer. So we got to preheat the oven at 350. All right. So now the oven is preheating at 350. Now, of course, I like to get the butter golden cake mix. It's got a lot of butter. I like butter cake, so it's like a yellow cake. So definitely, and remember too, I got at, somebody said something. Believe it or not, over here in my sink, I have hot water with Dawn dish soap and everything in there, so I constantly keep my hands clean. So if somebody, if you guys ask, well, he doesn't wash his hands. I do wash my hands. Believe me, I wash my hands a lot. Plus, I hate that stickiness and all that you get on your hands. So it definitely helps out. So anyway, you want to dump in your cake batter in there. And of course, you want to use, I like to use, it says use water, but believe it or not, I use milk, 3/4 cup of milk. It gives it it's more moist that way. So we're going to put our milk in there. Okay. And it calls for 7 7 tablespoons of butter, softened. So we're going to dump that in there as well. Alright, get that in there. Put that off to the side. Now it calls for 3 eggs. Okay, so we got my eggs here. I like to open my eggs up before I put it in the pan and kind of like give it a little bit of whisk. So it's better, it's already blended in. Plusly, I know we all have done it, eggshells. I got lucky this time. I have no eggshells in my batter. So what I do is I like to give it a little whipping action. And it kind of a little bit blend in. This is real simple. All right, and you just dump it right in your batter. Okay, so now we got that done. The other thing we need to also do is, now I was told you use a cookie sheet, glass cookie sheet. You don't have to spray it, but I'm old fashioned. I always later do my pans. In fact, I'm gonna do this one over the sink. And some people actually, what they'll do is they'll powder it with flour. Okay, hopefully you can see that. All right, so, but I don't. I'm just gonna use the cooking spray and doing that. Now all we gotta do now is whisk it. It's gonna get a little loud here. So we're gonna start off. Of course, I want to get the cake done, get it cooled off while I'm doing all the other ingredients and stuff like that. I'm going to, once the cake is cool and frosted, give the boys something to treat. Of course, at our home, usually on Sunday, today is Sunday, usually on Sundays, we always had a big meal. A lot of times it was fried chicken, beans and cornbread and all that other good stuff. I'm making a mess, don't mind me. You want to give this a couple minutes. You want to make sure all the stuff mixed up really well. Now this is going to be a small cake. It's not going to fill this up. It's a big pan, but I don't want a big cake. So I hope you guys are enjoying this stuff. Definitely comment. Give me comments and everything. You know, if you see something like, hey, would you try this or try that? I definitely would try that. Believe me, it will work out because I love suggestions. We're definitely going to make it so everybody can have some work into it as well. And what I'm going to do is I always put my spatula so it don't splatter everywhere. Kind of like give it a spin out of the dough, so that way it's all done. Okay, I'm going to set that over there, move this out of the way. All right, so now I'm going to go around the edges, kind of give it a fold. Oh, doesn't that look nice and creamy? It looks really creamy. Yeah, this pan's too big. I was miscalculating. It happens. So I'll be right back. So stay tuned. I'm gonna get the other box ready. Okay, so now we got everything set up. I went ahead, kind of really mixed it up real quick and everything. Got the second cake mix blended up and mixed up. So now we're going to put it in our dish here. Move this thing out of the way. Here we go. So now we're gonna add the other part of the cake mix. I'm gonna get all the way around the bowl, kind of give it a fold, make sure all the ingredients from the bottom and all that is in there as well. So yeah, I misjudged the cake mix. And remember, I use, it calls for water, and I know I just said that a little bit ago. It calls for water, but you know what? I find, and one of my friends told me about it, that's how I learned, is that milk makes it even better, makes it moist. So I definitely use milk instead of water in my baking. You know, because your cake mix calls for water. I'd rather not. I like milk. Alright, I think it's pretty well to go. Now, my oven's already preheated. I heard it beep while I was doing the process. So it was already doing its thing. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the oven. It should bake probably a good hour. But you know, you want to check it. And what I like to do is I like to use, people use butter knives, whatever. I always use toothpick. So when I test my cake and everything, as long as the toothpick came out clean, you know your cake is ready. So, open the door here. And of course, you know, I want to get my cake in there first because I don't want my cake tasting like meatloaf. Oh. Alright. So, while that is in the oven cooking, I'm gonna get everything set up for the next stage. Of course, this stage here is where I'm gonna sit down. We're gonna peel potatoes. I like to get my potatoes all set up into the stove because it's still early yet. Or actually, you know what we'll do? We'll get the meatloaf done first, because that actually needs to cook a long time. So we'll definitely get that set up, and hopefully you enjoy it. Hope you're enjoying this. Make sure you comment and everything. Welcome back. All right, so now we're going to do our meatloaf. I got everything laid out, I think. If I'm not forgetting anything, my mind is not like it used to be. But you want to start off with, I use Italian sausage. There's a certain brand I use. Of course, I can't talk about it. But a pound of sausage, and it's got a nice kick and a little spice already in it. And I use 2 pounds of hamburger. Okay, so that's in there as well. Of course, we're going to use, I like to use 2 eggs. Some people prefer just 1 egg, but I like to go with 2 eggs. Okay, like again, I like to use a separate bowl, so just in case I get any shells in there, we definitely don't want to eat our meatloaf and have a crunchiness to it. Okay, and it's, in fact, there it is. See, I knew it. Almost got by me. Come on, I hate, that's one thing I hate about eggs. Try to get something out of there. There we go. Got a little double. So anyway, again, we want to whisk. Eggs, like, pretty much holds it together, helps hold it together. Of course, I use breadcrumbs as well, but I use what's called Italian breadcrumbs, so you won't have to worry about putting any Italian seasonings and stuff in it, because it'll, between the sausage and, of course, I use a jar of chunky salsa. Chunky salsa, kind of, you know, because it already has your tomatoes, green peppers, onions, and all that's already sliced up in it. So I like to use already done up. Like I said, cheap, simple, easy meal to make. Everybody loves it. The chunky salsa is a 16-ounce jar. Is what I use. Is about 2 cups. We're going to pour that in there. Okay. Get that in there. Get all the good juices in there and stuff. Like I said, it's already got your onions, everything in there. so you don't have to sit there and put all that stuff in there. But I do like to add 2 tablespoons of garlic, because, you know, well, actually 1 tablespoon. We'll cut it down to 1 tablespoon because that looks pretty enough. And then, of course, I use my black pepper, 1/4 cup of black pepper. And then I was asked if I would measure. So we need about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Oops, wrong one. There we go. Now, I don't like a lot of salt, but you need salt to help put the ingredients together. All right, and then what I like to do is, of course, I have it in my preserve jar so it stays fresher. This is Italian breadcrumbs. You can find it in the supermarket and everything. And it already has your Italian seasoning and stuff in there. But this takes the place of the crackers or the bread. But it's dry breadcrumbs. I like to put about a cup of that in there. But like I said, all your seasoning and everything is already going to be set up. I love these jars. Good storage jars. Alright, so now got to mix everything up together. See how simple this is? Now, of course, I'm going to show you a no-no. Some people do it, some people don't. I don't know. But you can't really get all this ingredients mixed up with a dang spoon. So, wash my hands. And what I like to do is I spray my hands, since we got to spray the dish anyway. Of course, again, but I like to also put, of course now it's slippery, spray on my hands, alright? So that way the meat and stuff don't stick to your fingers and stuff. But this is the way I was always taught to mix meatloaf up, because I know some of you guys are like, ooh, he's using his hands or whatever. But you know what? I'm eating it. You can do it any way you want to, but this, what I do is I go around the bowl, I pick up the bottom, bring it up, fold it. Bottom, pick it up, fold it. Okay? We want to get all that breadcrumbs in there, everything in there. Definitely, and that sausage mixed up in that hamburger as well. Got to make sure it's all mixed in there. Okay? And I'll tell you what, this is good. Simple way to make it, easy, don't take time, a lot of time, or anything like that. Okay? So now we're going to put it in the bowl, or our cooking dish. Okay? And I like to pack it. I like to pack it in there. It takes longer to cook that way, but you know what? It's good. Oh my God, it's gonna be good. You guys are gonna, wow, you're gonna like seeing it, but I'm gonna like eating it. I know, I'm a tease. All right, get all that good stuff out of there. I mean, you can look, there's, you know, you got green peppers and onions and everything in there. It's gonna be perfect. And what I like to do is kind of go around the edge, kind of dip it in a little bit, because you're gonna have juice. You know, the juice are gonna pull out of there. All right. Like I said, kind of make a little channel in here. There we go. Now I don't add the ketchup till later, because a lot of times ketchup burns. Let me wash my hands real quick, because I got all that hamburger on there now. But one nice thing, that using cooking spray helps out. Really helps out the hands. Your hands come clean, pretty easy. It don't really stick to your hands, but it's good. It's gooder that way. One of my favorite words. One thing nice about having a robot. My boy bought me a robot vacuum cleaner. And I'll tell you what, I love that thing. It'll go around and pick up all this mess. So, definitely appreciate this. Now we're going to get a cookie sheet. I like to tidy up a little bit. Sorry, it's a habit. Okay. So now, of course, I didn't never remember to bring out the cookie sheets. Now, I was suggested. I have to go in my other room here for a minute. Hold on. Okay. I usually forget to do this, but I was one of our viewers definitely suggested to line your pan up with cookie sheet, so when it does build, less to clean up. So that was a good idea. Thank you for the information. Like I said, anything you see I can do better with or anything like that, you know, tell me. So there we go. Now, we got our cake baking. Ooh, it's rising up beautifully. I'm going to put tin foil over this because I don't want to trap in all the juices. But we're not going to be putting this in until later. Okay? This is actually going to be later on, a little bit later. I'll put this in the oven. But we're getting everything prepped. When you got time to prep, you got time to prep, they say. So I'm going to get everything prepped up. And that way it's all set to go. And all I have to do is throw it in the oven. Of course, like I said, we got to wait for the cake to get done. So the next thing I want to do to get ready is I want to get my I want to get my potatoes peeled. So when it's time, you know, when it's almost time, the meatloaf being done already, getting ready, I like to have my potatoes all chopped up, ready to go. I was going to do cornbread, but I'm going to save that with my ham and beans. The kitchen's already getting hot. I'm getting hot and I'm getting tired. It's hard to do this, believe me, but I'm trying. But next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my potatoes peeled, get that setting on the stove, get my peas and carrots on the stove. Of course, in my potatoes, I chop a half an onion and I put that in there too. I love it that way. Probably a lot of you do it that way as well. That's an Eastern thing, I believe. So I'll chop my potatoes up, put my onions in it, a little bit of salt, let them soak in the water on the stove until I'm ready to turn that on. Then I will put my green beans, my peas and carrots in the pan, set that in the stove so that'll be ready. All I have to do is turn that on. Take out the cake when it cools off, of course, let it cool down, and then I'll put my frosting on it once it cools. Meatloaf, of course, it's going to take a couple hours to cook, but you'll see it, and then I'll have a nice demonstration, but I'll cut in a little bit here and there. Appreciate you guys. God bless you. Please keep following me. I'll be right back. All right, so now we're at this point. So I got the potatoes all peeled. I got my onions chopped up, ready to go. Got my potatoes in the sink draining. After I, peeled them all up, I cut them all up into little tiny squares so the oil make it, cook faster when I need it. So I put that in the strainer in the sink, so all the liquid's drained out. I got my carrots and peas already set up in the pan. So all I have to do is turn that on when it's time. But it's time to get the cake out. Unfortunately, I bumped the stove earlier when I almost fell, but I caught myself. But unfortunately, the middle sagged in. So, get this out of the oven. Oh my God, that looks good. Oh, my back. All right, there we go. All right, see how it sunk down a little bit? Just double checking all everywhere. Everything looks good. Perfect. Now, we're gonna throw the meatloaf in there. But it's gonna take a while to cook. All right. So, While the meatloaf is cooking, like I said, that's going to take a couple hours to do. Of course, you can see how my cake kind of sunk a little bit right there. But let my cake cool down. Of course, that'll just be a little bit extra frosting, right? To cover it up. So anyway, look, we're going to let that cool off and everything. So now, I got my, like I said, I got my potatoes washed. I'm going to put those in the pan with water. I already got the water in my pan, ready to go. Use a strainer for later because we'll have to strain the water out. Then I use about a half large onion chopped up, and I'll throw that in there with that. Okay, so you want to make sure you have. I love onion. I mean, especially with potatoes, it enhances the potatoes a little bit, gives that little bit of extra flavor. Of course, we don't want to forget our salt. A little bit of salt in that, a little salt in there. All right, so those are going to sit. I gotta find the lids. Oh, that's not the one. Of course, that's not the one. Of course, you never can find the right lid you want. I think this one's for that one. Nope, that's too big. Of course, I got my back. There we go. There's the potato one. Oh, is this for? No, that's too small. This looks like it might be it. All right, we got lids. That's just to keep the, anything flying in there or whatever. But I don't have no bugs. Not yet. I've been seeing a little bit of fruit flies, unfortunately. That time of year when the fruit flies start coming out. So yeah, the fruit flies will be out. They're actually out and about and everything. So be careful with that. Especially when you bring in bananas, potatoes, stuff back home from the supermarket. It'll definitely turn on you. You'll have these little tiny gnats around. I hate them. But we'll get rid of them. I always do. So anyway, I got my potatoes all ready to go. All I gotta do is turn that sucker on when it comes to dinner time. Of course, it's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon right now. So I got a couple hours. It's gonna take a couple hours for the meatloaf to cook anyway. So once the meatloaf gets just about done, I'll turn these 2 guys on, get those guys going, strain the potatoes and onions out, and then I'll add butter, milk, and then I'll chop that up real good to make mashed potatoes. Of course, I don't really do anything with my peas and carrots. They already got the flavor. I like the vegetable flavor anyway. So yes, definitely that's all it takes. And then of course, when the cake cools off, we're gonna definitely frost the cake. I don't know if I'll eat. I might have a little sliver, but I want my meatloaf. I'm real intrigued by the meatloaf, and hopefully it'll be. Because you never make when you cook things, it's like, man, I wish I would have put something else or put this in there. So if you have any ideas with meatloaf recipes and stuff, please share them with me. Definitely take time to message the page and everything. And, give us ideas for recipes and all that. I would love it. I would love to read your guys' comments. So definitely, get them sent out to us. Don't forget to, we're helping the Hurricane Foundation funds and everything. Everything that's being sent to the page, money-wise, is all charity. We do not make money or anything off of the show. All we do is give you all entertainment, give you guys stuff that we're hoping that you like to see. So all the donations and everything that we do get, even off our store, all goes to helping others. Believe me, a lot of people out there need it. And we're graciously appreciated to be out there, be able to be out there and help. Chris is a good guy. And definitely got to help him as much as possible. God bless you guys. Not God bless you guys. I always say that. But once the meatloaf gets done and everything, I will show you that part. Thank you. All right. All right, we're at this point now where we're going to take the check our meatloaf. Heavy, heavy, heavy. Oh, it looks good. Looks yummy, don't it? All right. Cancel that out. I'm going to check it, make sure it's all completely cooked. Boy, you can smell the aroma. It smells so good, you guys. This looks good. Got a nice crust on top. Got a lot of juice. We'll definitely take it out of here. Definitely. Oh God, it was good. And it helped, I tell you. There's been some splatters and everything, so I'm glad I used the tinfoil trick. Definitely was good. Potatoes look like they're ready, so we're gonna take that. We're gonna drain the potatoes. So the potatoes are all done with the onions and everything. Now we're going to strain it. Now I'm going to add a stick of butter. Okay. We're gonna grab our milk. Throw some milk in here. So it's all nice and creamy. Now, we definitely want to make sure we drain out all the juices. Add that back into the pan. So I can heat up all the butter and all that. And a little pepper. I like a little pepper in my potatoes. And then we're going to mash it. All right. All right, we're at this point now where we're going to take the check our meatloaf. Heavy, heavy, heavy. Oh, it looks good. Looks yummy, don't it? All right. Cancel that out. I'm going to check it, make sure it's all completely cooked. Boy, you can smell the aroma. It smells so good, you guys. This looks good. Got a nice crust on top. Got a lot of juice. We'll definitely take it out of here. Definitely. Oh God, it was good. And it helped, I tell you. There's been some splatters and everything, so I'm glad I used the tinfoil trick. Definitely was good. Potatoes look like they're ready. So we're going to take that, we're going to drain the potatoes. Oh, so the potatoes are all done with the onions and everything. Now we're going to strain it. Now I'm going to add a stick of butter. Okay. We're going to grab our milk. Throw some milk in here. So it's all nice and creamy. Yeah. We definitely want to make sure we drain out all the juices. Add that back into the pan. Start to heat up all the butter and all that. And a little pepper. I like the little pepper in my potatoes. And then we're going to mash it. All right. So the potatoes are done. All right. Get my saucer plate out for the meatloaf. Hopefully it all comes out pretty good. Try to use a 2 spatula trick. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, came together really nice. There we go. Get our plate. Cut a nice little piece off of here. Oh yeah, that looks good. Got one escaped. That's what we do with that. So now, we'll get rid of this. Yeah, that's good. Now, put a little bit of potatoes on there. And then, of course, I made carrots and peas. Now we try. Now don't that look here. Bring it a little bit forward. Don't that look yummy? Don't that look good? Get a fork. So like I said, if you've got any recipes or anything like that, definitely show it, share it on the page. Let's lean over this way here. Now we're going to take a taste. I already tasted, didn't I? A lot of flavor, Italian seasoning and all that. Tastes really, really good. Especially with the mashed potatoes. And of course, I like carrots and peas. Goes good with this meal. Whoop, lost it. Lost one. Very good, very tasteful. Hope you like it. Hope you try it out. Definitely check it out on my page. You know, don't forget, if you have any recipes, any ideas, or anything you'd like to cook, please share it to me, or even videotape it. I would love to have people out there to definitely videotape this, videotape your cooking, you know, and share it, put it on our Real News Live share, on the platform, on the chat, whatever, paste it on there, and we'll take it and we'll edit it and whatever. Make sure you put down the recipe, everything that you did, and how much ingredients and stuff. Remember, do not, you know, make sure you use like dishes and stuff where you're seasoning and stuff, so you don't see any advertisement of the product. But this has really turned out really good. I'm impressed with it. I think I did a real good job. Of course, then I'll have the dessert. We have the cake and everything. Of course, that'll probably be later. But I enjoyed this. I really enjoyed being with you guys, doing this cooking. I'm going to do more. I think my next dish I'm going to do is a tater tot hot dish. Definitely keep an eye on that. That'll probably be my next one to bring out to you. We've got my apple butter. We're going to bring that to you guys. So definitely, you know, share this out. Share the recipe out to your friends and family. Try it out yourselves. Like I said, you can always change it, whatever you like into it, but this is the way I like it, this is the way the boys like it. So definitely check it out. We'd love to have more input. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, follow us and everything, hit the like, the love button. Definitely helps us out, helps us grow and everything. But God bless you guys. Definitely thank you for taking the time to watch me on my cooking show. Remember, this is the Lee's Cooking Show on the Lee Lewis Show, broadcast off the Real News Live. Don't forget to check our store out with all the items and stuff, and the donations and everything that you put into the show and everything goes to the charity to help the hurricane funds and everything. Like say, you know, we all volunteered doing all this because we enjoy being in your kitchen, living room, car, wherever you are right now. Definitely appreciate it. God bless you. Thanks.